After uploading the Pkg files for AnyConnect to the firewall flash, we need to tell the device to use them. It will not automatically pick the files and use them. We need to configure which files to use. To do that, you get into ASDM, you select Configuration, Remote Access VPN, and AnyConnect Client Software. In this window, we need to add and point out the Pkg files. We simply do that by clicking Add. Actually, in this window, we can also upload files directly. But what I do here is that I click Browse Flash and list the files in the Flash, and I point out the Pkg files I want to use. For example, this one. OK. When adding the files, it will validate the files so that they contain proper AnyConnect images. I do this once for each operating system I want to support. And this is the place where you upgrade AnyConnect. When the client connects with a web browser to the firewall, he gets a choice to download and install AnyConnect. When doing that, this is the file that will be retrieved down to the client. When the client connects and it runs an older version of AnyConnect than what is specified in this list, the AnyConnect client will by default be upgraded to this version. If I connect with my Macintosh machine to this device after setting up this, and I have already installed AnyConnect, but my locally installed client is an older version, that 3.1.06073, I will, when connecting to the headed device to the firewall, I will automatically be upgrading my local AnyConnect client on my Macintosh. When you want your users to use another AnyConnect client, a newer one, you will upload them and you will select them in this list. And when you have selected them, they are in use. And then your clients from that moment will be automatically upgraded. You need to point out these files, and you can also set up regular expressions to match which operating systems or which clients should use which file. But this is normally not needed for simple environments and easier setups, because there is built-in regular expressions for user agents in these files already. So as long as you add one Linux file, you will support Linux clients, and so on for the other ones. So you normally don't have to mess around with manually specifying the user agent's regular expressions. You just need to add one file per operating system. When I am done, I press Apply, and these commands will be sent. As you can see here, this can also be done from the CLI, so I don't have to use the ASDM to do that. I can, in configuration mode, go into the web VPN sub-configuration mode, and in there use the command anyconnect image to point out the files. But now I use ASDM here. And this takes slightly longer than sending other commands to the device, simply because it will verify the AnyConnect files when applying these commands. So it will unpack the files and make sure that they contain proper images. Now we are done. We need to also do write mem to make sure that we do not lose our changes. This was one of the first steps of configuring AnyConnect to point out which AnyConnect files to use within the CISCO ASA firewall.